Pottawattamie County beginning work on a new public health center.
6 News' Joe Harris was at the groundbreaking ceremony today and is on your side with how officials say the new facility will make things more convenient.
City, county, and state officials broke ground at the corner of 5th Avenue and Pearl Street in Council Bluffs on Tuesday, making way for construction to begin on Pottawattamie County's new public health facility.
We're really excited to have a formal location for public health in Pottawattamie County.
The $6.1 million structure will have just under 16,000 square feet of room, a major upgrade from the current 1,800 square foot Pottawattamie County public health facility. The new building will also house the county medical examiner and WIC offices, as well as area health and human services staff, consolidating them into one space.
What this does is gives us employees a central base to work from.
Wyatt also says they'll now be able to provide free vaccines for kids, Title X family planning, and dental screenings all under one roof.
You can come in, you can fill out your one application, and that one application is going to direct you to a number of services that are available to you versus having to drive, to another town or clear across town to another building, set up another appointment at a different time.
But it won't just serve Pottawattamie County. Wyatt says depending on the programs you're looking for, they'll also serve Mills, Fremont, Montgomery, and Union counties.
We do go to physical locations in those other areas to make sure that we are getting the residents of those areas the services that they need.
State Medical Director Dr. Robert Cruz says it's a reflection of what's happening with state-level services, with the Division of Public Health, Medicaid, and Community Access Division all consolidating under one agency.
If people need dental services or need specific access to services, that we can leverage our kind of capabilities and resources across the agency and not just be in a siloed Medicaid approach or public health approach, but really an integrated approach of all services going forward.
Pottawattamie County says a combination of ARPA funds, leftover bond money, some state grants, and local gaming revenue is paying for the new building. On your side in Council Bluffs, Joe Harris, 6 News.
Pottawattamie County officials say the new building should be finished and open to the public by December 2024.